Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike. You're watching Triple T Acres. I'm back out here at my buddy's house where I put a gravel driveway in, and he's getting concrete delivered today. So I'm gonna go through this whole process with you. I've always thought concrete work was really interesting. So we're gonna get that done today. The concrete truck is pulling in here right now, so we're gonna get to work. All right, so we poured a little bit of concrete out here, and usually when the concrete comes, they want to check and see how much slump it is. And slump is basically just how thick the concrete is. He saw it and he decided he wanted to add a few gallons to it. So that's what we're doing right now. We're going to do another check here and see how thick the concrete is. It makes it a little easier to rake when it comes out because we got to move it from here to the back of the barn here. And when it's thick like that, it's super hard to drag across. Yeah, this is much thinner than the first. Now if you see all the way around this board, he's got a snap chalk line. That's gonna be top of concrete. He made that line with his laser. He's got set up there in the corner, so everything is at perfect grade. Even the gravel here on the bottom is at grade. That's super important because when you order your concrete, when you're getting your measurements, you gotta make sure that your depth of your gravel's good, because if not, you might be short on concrete or you might order too much. Now you can see right here the chalk line, he's got the concrete pulled right to there. What we're doing right now is we're gonna rake everything out, get everything as close as we can, and then we'll start pulling a straight edge and work our way out of the barn here.
Oh, take it up.
That's good. I see he's getting it flat around the edges, kind of gives him his baseline, and then he's going to run a straight edge with that and work everything back here. All right, so out here in the middle of the floor, he's had a stake and he's got it marked off where that's at top of concrete. So he's gonna, gives him a point of reference when he's pulling the concrete back to keep everything kind of flat, even from the distance from the back. I know where the snap lines are in the back, it's a little bit harder here in the middle. So he had a stake in there, you see it right here. Actually had the top of the concrete marked with a screw there. So he drove that stake all the way down where the screw was. That's when he knew where it was gonna be top of the concrete. So now they're pulling their straight edge from the wall. You got two guys with come along rakes, and they kind of pull the slack as it comes back this way. So they keep it nice and flat. They either push in if they need more, or they pull out to take away. And here they are using the reference that he had here in the center, and they're going off the flat surface on the back, and they're raking from the middle this way now. See there how he's pulling slack up, and he rakes it away right here. All right, another point to make. Whenever you're getting concrete poured, you never know if you're gonna have a little extra, which you should. You never really wanna run out. My buddy's super smart. He went ahead and framed up a spot where he's gonna have an approach that goes inside his barn here. Anything left over, we're gonna put in here, and he's not gonna waste any concrete. Now you may be asking, why is there not any wire mesh or anything in here? But this concrete has fiber in it. I'm gonna see if I can get close enough to show you some of the hairs that it looks like hairs in it. But that stuff makes that concrete super, super strong.
Sorry. Give me 1 second.
You see we're getting to the end here, and you can see when concrete truck comes, it is all hands on deck the whole entire time, because that concrete truck's coming in and he wants to get out of here. So these guys are raking and pulling, getting the stuff all to the edges and get it flat so the concrete truck can get out of here. But it is looking so good so far. Now we're gonna be getting the bull float on here, getting everything all nice and flat, and then it's gonna be waiting. We're gonna wait for this stuff to set up because they're gonna get on top of it and starting to flatten that stuff out. So stick around, guys. Now right now he's running a bull float, just getting it flat, bringing the cream to the top. This is just the first process on getting everything nice and flat and smooth. Now once everything is bull floated, we're gonna wait and let it set up, and that's when we're gonna get the power trowel on top of it and really give it that really smooth finish that everybody wants in their garage floor. All right, so he's got the back bull floated. Now they're gonna straight edge all the way out. Obviously you want to do that because you can't reach all that from the edge out here. So get it nice and flat. They're going to pull the rest of it out. We're going to bull float this, and then we're going to wait. Last little bit right here on the front, and it's a little thicker here in the front on the approach, just because whenever you bring vehicles in, a lot of that weight hits it first, so they always make it a little thicker here in the front.
Everybody's got their own.
Now we run the bull float from outside because, as you can see, we wouldn't have been able to reach the back. So we bull floated the back. Now we're going to get this all nice and flat. This brings the cream to the top. Takes the aggregate and knocks it down, gives you that nice smooth flat finish. You kind of see that there's a little bit of gravel in concrete, and as he goes over it, it keeps pushing it down and brings that cream to the surface. Looking pretty flat already. You kind of see the edge where the bull float hit first. All right, so I talked about how thick this is in the front. Another thing they're doing is this is actually on a slant. There's going to be a little ramp here, a little slope that falls away. So the top of concrete's a little bit higher there than it is in here. That doesn't mean that the concrete's not as deep here. It actually goes a little bit further down. But they do that slope so when the rain hits the door, it doesn't want to fall into the building. It's going to roll right out. All right, so they got the pour done inside. There's a little bit left over, which is always a good sign. You don't want a ton left over, but not having enough concrete is definitely worse than having a little over. So he made the right choice, and he's got this nice pad framed up, knowing that he's going to have a little bit of extra. Now what we did is we raked out what was inside here because he had to add air to this concrete. Now you want to run air in your concrete outside because the top's not going to be sealed off. Inside we're going to be bringing that cream to the top, making it nice and smooth, sealing it off. Out here, we're going to be doing a broom finish. It's going to be exposed to the elements, and those air pockets inside of it are going to allow expansion and contraction since it's going to be outside. Right. So that's what we did right there. He added air to the mix, and we're going to get this thing poured.
You always want to pull it to your farthest distance first. You get this whole backside and just work your way this way.
Make sure you get me on video so it looks like I'm doing something.
This is a last minute plan, so that's why there's no gravel underneath.
And with an experienced guy like me, I don't really need gravel.
Yeah, right? What he's saying is you can see the dirt there in the back. Again, he just framed this up last minute because he assumed that there was going to be a little bit left over. So this is just good planning on his part.
And then, yeah, have you raise it up, pull forward.
Like that?
Here. I mean,
Or scoop it?
I'd scoop it and just sit here. Like, look right here. So see how this is high?
Yeah, like above the board?
Yeah. And you're going to work your way back, so if it's a little low, it doesn't matter because you're going to be pulling it back. But just pat it kind of like this. You get it real close there.
Fuck, quit doing it for me. Are you pushing like down kind of?
Yeah, not that much. You almost want to keep the same amount of pressure forward as you do like on the side. You don't want to crank the side though. Yeah, kind of like that.
All right, so it's probably gonna be hard to see on camera, but this has that slope from the top here that keeps the water from going back in there. Right now it's just a waiting game. They come in here and they touch the concrete. Those guys know what they're doing. They know when they need to get on top of it. He thinks about another half hour they're gonna get on it and start crawling it, and then they'll use the power trowel. All right, now we're at the point where they're gonna crawl it, And they're gonna do that because the power trowel can't get close to the edges. So they're gonna go around and do that first coat on the top here. You see they made their first pass, and there's a lot of swirls and stuff in there because it brought a lot of the cream to the top, but every time they make another pass, it's going to get smoother and smoother and look like glass at the end. Looking good so far.
Center your hand up kind of right, yep, right there, and then push everything down.
Get back so I can take pictures, please.
Is that good, Steve, you think? Did you just fart?
That should be good. You can lift your hand up.
Carlson, did you do?
Nice.
That was so
Okay, go
good.
wash your hands.
Yeah.
Go on, Save May.
And you start
Go
like
wash your
right
hands really
here,
good.
Kneel down.
right
Go
there.
right.
Perfect.
Lily, to Uncle Justin.
Daddy push, okay?
There we
Oh,
go.
that's cool. Can you take it straight up?
Okay, go to Uncle
Perfect.
Justin.
That's Uncle Steve's barn.
It's cool. Pretty.
I wish the stamp was big enough.
Got that second pass on there. It looks a lot more smooth. A lot of that cream's been knocked down. Every time you make a pass, it'll get smoother and smoother. All right, there you have it, all finished up. Floor looks really good. You can see on the top, some of that fiber comes up through. That stuff will all go away with just foot traffic, but man, this looks really, really good. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap it up. I know that video is a little bit different than I normally do, but I've always been interested in the whole process with pouring concrete, and they did such a good job today. I'm sure my buddy Zach is gonna be really happy with the finished product here. And if you're interested in getting concrete work done at your house, flat work, pole barns, you know, any of that type of work, my buddy Steven Deluse with Deluse Concrete can help you out with that. I'll put all of his information down in the description. But guys, that's gonna wrap up the video for today. If you like this kind of content, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. But until next time, we'll see you in the next video.